is the WWE Hall of Famer and one of the all-time greats, Roddy Piper, right here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
So for your Nate Light. Nah, at nighttime.
Reading?
Yeah, Monster Killer, Roddy Piper.
Here, let me hold that up for you on the camera.
Much.
It is the, what is this, like a comic book or something?
It's a novel. It's a graphic novel, and and how many people have a soda pop named after them? After a movie they've done? How many?
A graphic novel.
A graphic novel.
Look out.
That way you can be snug.
Okay, very good. And then also like we have right here, Roddy Piper, all out of bubblegum soda.
Heidi Fleiss has nothing on me.
Sir, you are the first guest to say that here on the Rich Eisen Show.
I'll be darned. You just watch what else happens.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
So I got to just talk about the top story in your world as well as, I mean, there's many sports people talking about this and news as well that Hulk Hogan has been fired by WWE and everything to do with him has been expunged from their websites based on some racially tinged comments and just racist words that he used on a sex tape that still isn't out yet 8 years ago. So what do you think about this, Roddy Piper?
I'll tell you. First of all, like my wings are big and black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I heard the thing you said earlier about I live in a glass house. The thing in Santo Domingo, I've been in a riot in Santo Domingo with Ric Flair. And the president's son was there. And the guy's name was Jack Benitez, and Flair said, pull his leg, being funny. And I pulled his leg, and all them army guys have sticks with little chains on. They beat the dog out of us. We're there till 3 in the morning. The only way we got out was in an ambulance. Boom, over to Puerto Rico. So, you know, have fun over there, boys. What was the question?
About Hulk Hogan.
I'm with you.
Sure.
I'm with you, yeah.
What do you think about Hulk being fired by Vince? You've been fired by Vince before, right?
5 times. Yeah. I think it's an honor. No, but what I don't think is an honor. Let me try to do this. I don't get into hurting anybody's feelings. I'm a dad. Okay, I'm a big-time dad. My son's my best friend. To hurt anybody's feelings, if you've ever had your feelings hurt really bad, you'd rather have someone punch you than do that. With that said, I am only speaking of myself.
Sure.
Now, when I wore a kilt since I've been 5 years old. I came 5th in the world playing the bagpipes. Well, when I would go into Madison Square Garden, I wasn't the most popular guy. Madison Square Garden is just good radio and great radios and stuff. Because no, you're not catching me because they pick it up from L.A. RI9 5171 Richmond, and that's how they got it. So that's how I knew they knew that I was there. And when I came in to play the bagpipes, they saw the kilt. To them, looks like a dress, right?
Sure.
Just talking to me. And I'm going, excuse me, sir, do you have a ticket? You just go right ahead.
So this is what you were dealing with in Madison Square Garden, is what you're saying back in the day.
Yeah. Then let's move on, if I may, really quickly.
Sure.
Move on to Hawaii. Hawaii, there's a name for me. It's called Howley. So I put on the back of my T-shirt, the Great Howley. And everyone, Howley! Okay. It just didn't bother me. I went into I went into a Mexican restaurant with my youngest daughter, who's in college now. And they had the Gringo Burger. Now, the Gringo Burger didn't bother me, but she got upset over it.
So, but your point is what here with Hulk Hogan?
That's a good question.
No,
my point is this. Boy, you guys are sensitive. Hang on. I know people got to get up, walk 5 miles for water first thing in the morning.
No, I'm okay.
And I'm just saying, this literally happened to me. You know, my whole life. with Hulkster, I don't agree with all his choices, but you know what? I don't hear I don't hear people saying all the great things he's done. When he was on the Wheatie box, all those kids that said their prayers and took their vitamins, however you want to, I don't hear him saying that. They want to nail this. And a time with Hogan where, oh, I hope, please God, take this right, where he had a little boy in jail and a little lady trying to make it in show business, trying to be called Brooke Hogan. His real name is not Brooke Hogan. My son, Colt, his real name is Colt Toombs. I just think that it's I think everybody needs to get a life. I don't think that anybody should just go to hurt your feelings for no reason. No, and I also stand on the board of standforthesilent.org.
Right.
Little boy, 11 years old, kills himself for being bullied. I'm on that board. I have a PSA right now. I hate him.
Roddy Piper here on the Rich Eisen Show, here on a day where Hulk Hogan is shown the door by the WWE. We're going to take a break right here. We're coming back in 60 ticks the clock with a World Wrestling Hall of Famer with his own booklet and his own soda right here on the Rich Eisen Show.
I love you so much.
Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. He is a stand-up comedian by part trade here on the Rich Eisen Show. Roddy Piper, Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer. How'd you get involved with stand-up comedy?
Doggone Jimmy Kimmel. I want to do a show, one-man show on Broadway.
Right.
He says, go down to the Comedy Store, get some stage time.
Right.
Like, I need stage time, Jimmy.
Right.
And so I got my name printed on the wall there, which I don't deserve, and I'm very honored for.
Right.
And that's how it got there.
So are there countries that you can't? Is it true that you can't wrestle in Japan? That you've been?
How'd you know that?
That's what this is the stuff that I've been told, Roddy. That you're not welcome in certain countries?
Boy, that'd be underestimating it. Yeah, for life, threw me out for life.
For life?
Yeah, and that was back when we had life. 78, 79, I think.
And because of what you did in the ring? Is that essentially what happened?
No, you see, back then, I'll try to make it short. There was a guy named Baba, Giant Baba, which was like Japan's Andre the Giant. He used to eat garlic all the time. This guy named Antonio Inoki, he broke away from Giant Baba and became New Japan Wrestling. Well, what they did with me is they took my passport and they wanted me to train with the young boys because I guess I had some potential. But when you train with the young boys, you know, you do 1,000 squats, 1,000 sit-ups, 1,000 push-ups first thing in the morning. Then you cater to the older guy. I'm not having a good time here. I want to leave.
Right.
But they got my passport, right? So, you know, they've got machines like Coca-Cola machines, only it serves Bing Dang, which would be an alcoholic beverage, for those of us that don't know.
Okay.
You boom, and you a couple of yens in there, and you can just Bing your Tang all night. And I just happened to be walking upon a taxi cab, and the door was open, and the thing was running. Seemed like a good eye to me, and got in it and hit the gas, but all the wheels were turning that way, wham, right into a Korean barbecue restaurant.
Oh, my gosh.
Took the whole
So you're not welcome back there either?
Sure. Got my passport, though.
I got Roddy Piper here on the Rich Eisen Show. You've got two of your biggest fans over there in the Chris Command Center.
Oh, they're beautiful.
You want the floor here, Chris?
Go for it.
One of the most iconic wrestlers of all time is Andre the Giant. You got a great Andre story that you can tell us?
So Andre's in Texas, Gillies actually, and there's these NFL football players that come in, and there's 4 of them. They sit down behind us. We were belly up to the bar, and you know they're kind of razzing Andre, you know, and when Andre go, oh no boss, no boss, and I'm getting ready to fight, no boss. Finally, when they left, there was like a valet. They had to go by us. There was valet parking out here. And I don't know if it was like a paper cup or napkins, whatever. Threw them at the back of Andre's head. You gotta understand this. 1 step of Andre's is 3 of ours.
And he came and got you.
And he came. Those boys were getting in their car, and Andre the Giant came down. All of a sudden, they just saw this head. Whoa. And he turned her car all the way over. Now I'm going, holy cow, come on, you big bug. Come on. He's going, oh. Come on, get behind the thing. He wants to see what was happening. Cops come along, come up to these boys. He said, you been drinking? Yeah. So what happened?
Yeah.
Giant turned her car over. Get him in the paddy wagon and get him out of here.
Was there a paddy wagon big enough for him?
No, it wasn't for Andre. Was the truth? Maybe there that football players do get concussions.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure. You know, I know I'm ADD, but, you know, stay with me.
Wait, so they
No,
thought
I'm with-
they
come
thought
on,
an
Bart.
actual-
I'm with you, Roddy.
They thought an actual giant had turned over the car.
Well, that's what the football sayers said. The cops said these guys, you know, they're on bath salts. I don't know what they're saying.
Roddy Piper here on the Rich Eisen Show. So how long have you known Ronda Rousey? How long have you known her?
I've known Rhonda maybe about 2 years. And she, I'll tell you a story. With Rhonda, I had her on my podcast. And I have fainting goats. And she just thought that was the coolest thing. Goat just faints. It's a defense mechanism. And so we talked about fainting goats for about 20 minutes.
And how did that work out for you?
I'll tell you what, Rhonda fainted.
There's a lot of people that faint in her presence right now, and they go ahead and drop. Did she ask you for permission to use Rowdy for her nickname?
She phoned me up, and she was with Judo Jean LaBelle in the background.
Right.
And she asked me she told me some kind things, and may she please use the name Rowdy. And she's promised me that she wouldn't let me down. And give her this.
Yes.
This is what really shines here. I had her on the podcast. She came in all by herself.
No posse, no nothing.
No nothing. And also, I had everything set up. I didn't want anybody around. And she sat down. It was probably 10 minutes before she knew she was on. And then towards the end, you know, I got girls. I'm a big feminist. I can drive Barbie like crazy. I got a boy that's undefeated MMA guy, too. And it was almost, she come over, it was almost like she needed a hug as my daughter. And then she left like the lady she is.
And she's taking some names and beating people up.
Uncle Gene, she had some gal in the armbar. Uncle Gene, the gal's not tapping. Uncle Gene, Judo Jean LaBelle goes, break it. That was the end of that night.
That was the end of that night for Ronda Rousey. @ R_Roddy_Piper, RowdyPiper.com is your website. Your podcast, Piper's Pit, is where people can hear that. Let me hold up this one more time. This is your Roddy Piper Monster Killer graphic novel.
Thanks.
And then this is the soda.
Yeah, it's going to give my daughter through college.
Just going to get her through college.
Yes, sir.
Very